Good morning, everybody. It's Becky here again at Aunt Beck's Creations. And now we're going to do some paper crafting for those card lovers out there that love to have cards on hand to send to someone, whether it's a thank you, a get well, or anything. If you make blank cards and then attach some sentiments in another envelope that they can just and put tape or use sticker paper for the sentiments, then they can just peel whatever sentiment they want to use and put it on the card. So, and we're going to use scraps. All right. My sister, my youngest sweet sister, gave me these cards for Christmas several years ago, and I'm trying to work my way through them. And a good gift is like a set of 6 cards, a half a dozen cards done up in a pretty plastic bag or in a little box wrapped up is always a great gift for those that don't make cards but appreciate handmade cards. So I've pulled out 6 cards. They're just the navy blue ones. And the reason I'm doing that is I'm going to use these scraps, these little scraps. This is what I think I'm becoming known for, is using the scraps. And I decided today we'd do some blue ones. I also have some red separated. These are all my tiniest of painty paper scraps. But we might use those another day. But we're going to focus on blue today. And I got to get the automatic focus turned off because it's making me dizzy. Take me just a second if the camera and everything will wake up. Maybe come in a little closer. And if I'm too close, I'll back out later. All right. So hi, Kendra. Hi, Leah. Again, I just put up the stitch for this week. I know a lot of people that are doing the stitch are doing their own thing right now, or they've not rose out of the bed yet. So let's see what we've got here. I need to keep in mind that the cards are this kind of navy color, and that set of cards came with their own envelope. Set the envelopes aside because we're not going to need those. So let's cut these into some shapes that we can use. And as we're going, we'll put things together that kind of go. And we'll pull the green out. I'm not going to use the ones that are a lot of green. So we'll set those aside. But I am going to just get my paper trimmer and cut these little scraps smaller. All right. Let's pull some more of these that are more green out, just to get them out of our way. That one could technically be used. And then I do have some pieces like that, but that has a green background. So this came out of my painty paper envelope. And see, this has got a lot of purple there. I'm going to just trim that so it's down to just the blue. Save the purple for another day. And I'll just set that aside. This is a nice piece of blue. And I'm just cutting these at random sizes. There's no rhyme or reason. I just want them to be smaller than 4 inches if I can. Just make them smaller. That way they'll fit on the card, because those cards are A2 cards, the 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. And I like to matte, and I will probably matte these on white since the background is already so dark. I generally do a dark background like black, but today I think we'll do white. Let's trim this one. And these are just going to be geometrical layered cards. These are more green. Hi, Nashwa. Good morning. How are you today? The purpley ones, purple and green are getting pulled out. Those we can make cards with another day. Let's save that. I want to use this if I can. Let's square it up. These were gel plated cards. Can I get that at 3? No, 3.5. About 3.5. And I'm saving the little bits. And I want to do this. I'll do this at 4. Saving the bits. I just want to get these to a uniform size. And then we'll start playing with the cards. And I will apologize now if my hands start bleeding at all. It's dry skin. I've put lotion on, but we're using the heat now, and it always turns my hands to mush in the winter. And I just put lotion on and lotion on and lotion on. And yeah, just wanted to warn you. So if you get grossed out by the sight of blood or anything, it could happen. Dry skin is no fun. I kind of like that white piece on there, but I'm going to trim it down to an even strip here. I'm not really even measuring these. They're just random to get them down to a size we can use. And I don't have any sentiments printed out yet. I should have thought about that before I got started. I think I'll set that one over there. And we've used a piece of that already. And those are purple. But this is another gift idea. I've been trying to share a gift idea for each day. And this also will clean out your scrap bin. Got to cut it before you can pull it free, right? Might set those aside. That's a cool piece just as it is. There's a star. Now, Deb Farrell recently, with members of her church, they did a card making day for their I would call it kind of a mission work where they send out cards for people's birthdays and things. Let them know that they're being thought of. I know this has got pink on it, but I like the butterflies. Let's straighten this side up and then we'll go from there. And I said, well, you know, that would make a great card gift to send to somebody that likes to send cards. And I don't know about you, but I like to get a card in my mailbox every once in a while to brighten my day. I think it's a dying art of sending cards out. Now, see, I really love this, but I feel like I might lose some of it to get it small enough. But let's give it a go and see what we come up with here. If I trim this down to like, let's see. Let's do 4 1/4. I want the whole fleur-de-lis on there. Okay. Here's another one that could be like a focal image. I'm getting warm because I'm moving. That's a pretty flower. I like that stencil. We might end up having some nice focal images for these cards. Just kind of squaring everything up a little bit. And that one I tore a little. That bottom corner. I bought new blades for card making, but I didn't switch it out. Silly me. So is anybody else working on anything for gift giving, or what are your plans for Thanksgiving? Do you have any? I know we're not all in the United States, but do you have anything for like your holiday season planned with your families? Whatever you celebrate. My 95-year-old mother-in-law still wants to try to do the meal all herself, and she called me and said she'd worked on her menu and that I'm to make the pies, and they have to be pumpkin pies. And Scott wants me to make a mincemeat pie. So I'm going to make one pumpkin, one mincemeat. And I wanted for myself, I was going to do a Boston cream pie because I just want one little piece of pie. But I've received my orders, you know. I love my mother-in-law dearly. I really do. She's been wonderful to me. Not everybody can say that about their mother-in-laws, but I can. She's awesome. I could have left the torn edges and done, torn edges, but I kind of want to do just quick, straight edged. And I could have cut all of these beforehand, but I kind of wanted to show you guys the process I do. And got a lot of green. I just want to cut some of that off. All right. All right, I think I'm down to the pieces I want to use, and I think we have enough to make several cards. Let's cut this in half. So now I'm going to look at my card blanks, which I know these are 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. I just use like Better Homes and Gardens or the Betty Crocker cookbook, whatever the recipe is in one of those cookbooks. It always kills me. Boston cream pie is more like a cake to me, but All right, let me grab some white cardstock. Do I have white cardstock? Yes, I do. And I'm only going to mat these once, just to make sure they stay under the ounce size of mailing. You could also include the postage stamps. You could apply postage stamps to the envelope. So all they would have to do is address and pop it in the mail, which I might do that. This would be another one of those that would be even just an individual card to put somewhere for maybe somebody that's homeless. If you put it near a homeless and say, why don't you drop a note to somebody and give them the opportunity to touch base with their families again during the holidays. And I might do that. I might use these in a different way than I had originally thought, but they're a gift idea regardless of how you use them. All right, we're going to make 6 cards. And I can get 4 to a page, so I've got too much paper out. I'm going to cut mats that are 1/4 inch smaller than my cards. So these are 4 1/4. So the first cut needs to be at 4. And I'm going to cut them down the middle. Should have changed my blade. Oh well. It's doing pretty good for right now. I'm cutting both pieces at the same time. And I saved those strips for, you can take your alphabet stamps and just hand stamp a word on here, which I like to do that and then have them ready. So 4 1/4, so I've cut these to 4. So now these, the cards are 5 1/2, so I'm going to cut them at 5 1/4. That way it'll have like a little border all the way around it, like that. So these have to be cut at 5 1/4 as well. So we're using scraps and we're using pre-made cards and envelopes simply because my sister gifted them to me and I'm trying to use them up. Five 1/4. All right. Let's do 2 at a time. We've got our 2, I'll put 2 card bases over here. All right. Now, I was thinking I'd like to use some of those that were like a focal image, like this one and this one, because they'd be a fast card to make. So what you could do is you could put those down, put these over here because they're more focal, and this one's a focal. But then you can take some of your other scraps and just start layering them up. I don't like that one on there. Hang on. Let's see what else we've got here. That one's got a paw print on it. I didn't even realize it. Oh, yeah. The pink is distracting me on that one. And I just try different ones out. Maybe put this so it's at the edge of the mat so it looks like it's anchoring your focal image. And then this could be on here. And then they could put this, we could put the sentiment there. Too much white space left there. Maybe. I have to look in the to see what you guys are seeing to get it good. I don't want these to be too heavy for mailing. I'm thinking, think. You know what I think I will do? I will see what's in my solid scraps to give it some solid. Let me see what I've got in blues. Maybe add some solid to some of it. Let's see. This is just offcuts. It's got something on it. I don't know what that is. Ugh. I'm just going to pull out some blue ones. Forgot I had those in there, and those are thread snip. Trying to keep it light, so I don't want to add really thick cardstock. And I was hoping for more blue pieces to be in here, but I may have already used them up. And I do want to focus on using scraps, because we all have all these little offcuts from different projects that we need to use up. I'm just grabbing whatever blues I see. I think that's what we need with all of this printed paper, is some solid blue to kind of tone everything down a little. That's black. That's blue. All right. Bring our solids over here. All right. I'm going to cut this just in half so I can use it on both cards. And it's at about half-ish, put it that way. All right. Put these all away. Now see, bring your card up, put it behind there so you can see how you're looking. We could change the orientation of the card. Maybe that's what we need to do. I can trim that level with there. I like that. This one we're going to have to do this way. Bring my card over. Put that there. Thank you. I think I'm just going to do those two like that. And then they could attach a sentiment right there. So let's put these two together. I'm just going to use double-sided tape because it's fast. All right. I went ahead and added the tape while I'm adding tape. So, I'll put my mat on. Katinka at the seamstress at the cottage is doing a premiere on her channel of her Friday sews. She's been trying to wear handmade clothes every day. she's been posting pictures, and they're awesome on her Instagram. And the reason I only pull the tape loose on the corners is it gives me extra time to center the mats and stuff. Get my trash can closer so I can just drop these in. And then we had our little blue piece, goes up in this corner. I also like to have cards like this made up for when I send Happy Mail. I pulled that all the way off. I didn't mean to. And that way I can write a little note. And if you leave them totally blank with no sentiment, whoever gets them can add whatever sentiment they want. Or you can include the sentiments, like I said, on the sticky paper. I might put that like that. Good morning, Ann. I saw you sneak in. I had my eye doctor appointment yesterday. And he told me that either I have an old injury or the very starts of macular degeneration. And I have the starts of cataracts. He said, but there's nothing we can do until it starts affecting your vision. And we'll just keep an eye on it. And then he said, that was a lot of information. And I'm like, can I do anything about it? No. Is it natural? Yeah. Everybody has problems with their eyes as you age. It's called aging. And I'll just wait and see what happens. He said there are new treatments for the macular degeneration. If it's a certain type, there's a dry type and a wet type. And he said mine looks pretty dry right now. So we're going to go with just how nature progresses. And if and when I need surgery, I'll have it. There's not a thing you can do about it. I mean, we all age. And I've just reached a point where worrying about things and stressing out over them is just not worth it. I don't want to waste this day with worry over things I can't control. Now, if it's something I can control and I can make a difference about, I will. But until then, I'm just not going to let it take my happiness for this day. I'm on a mission after I get done doing this video making these cards. I've got to go to Northern Tool and Hydraulics and get another one of those foldable little step stools that we love so much, because Harbor Freight has quit carrying it, but Northern Tools and Hydraulics has it, and Scott gave me a coupon. He says, yeah, they'll know you're older because you're walking in with the coupon. I said, sure, make me be the one to go in with the coupon. He said, well, I can't go. I have to work. It's like, yeah, work is your new excuse. I have a die that just says hello, and a little hello right there would be cute. We might cut some hellos out and just put that sentiment on them. I also have a get well, happy Thanksgiving, Merry Christmas, and all of that. Man, my phone is going crazy. So let's layer this bad boy up here. This one I need to put this on first because I got to trim it even. Let's just get it even at the bottom. Trim that off. Oh, here they are on the table. Silly me. This is just a way to use your scraps and make a gift all at the same time. I thought I had another piece. Is this it? Yes. The day has started. The neighbors are all leaving for their jobs. I haven't heard the little one next door screaming or anything. He's at the terrible 2-3 stage, and he gives them fits at bedtime and going to daycare in the morning. We can hear him hollering sometimes. Now, if you wanted to ink your scraps and give it more depth, feel free. You could add ribbon and that kind of thing as well. I'm just going for the quick cards. This is a piece of letter writing paper that I think I put some gel plate printing on, and it makes it a little difficult sometimes. I wanted these to just be a quick, under an hour kind of gift. So I'm already in a ways here. I'm already 30 minutes in, yakking too much, not working enough. All right, it opens up and down here. We want this to be this way. Kind of eyeballing it all here. So I'm going to Northern Tool and Hydraulics for that stool, and then I'm going to go to Harbor Freight and get some of those organizer boxes for little things, because Scott has all these resistors and capacitors in boxes in little bags. All right, so there's our first two. Let's get another couple cards. We're doing 6 cards, remember. One, two. And let's see what we can do with these with kind of pinkish to them. This one we're going to have to cut smaller. It's not going to fit. It's just not going to fit on the card. So this we'll have to cut a little bit smaller. But see, these with those would be good. All right, so the first thing I need to do is cut this smaller. Let's see, how big did I cut this one? We'll cut that other one the same size. This one was cut at 3 1/4. So we'll cut this one at 3 1/4. All right. I know I cut 2 of these blues. Oh, there it is. No. Yeah, that'll do. Hi, Angie. Good morning. I didn't share this out or anything. I just figured I'd pop up a video. And feel free, if you don't want to watch the full process, speed me up. Turn my voice off. No problem. No, I had turned it over already. I see a cat toy here in the future. They love these internal plastic rings on these tapes. So see that? That can go on the floor. One of them will start playing with it. Let me get another roll of tape. Oh, look, I already did. We'll put these down. Hi, Mina. Oh, no, Angie, I'm sorry. Just making a set of 6 cards that I think will make a lovely gift for somebody that likes to send cards, or if you want to individually wrap them and maybe tack them up where somebody that's less fortunate may find it. And if you put a stamp on it, they can put an address on it and pop it in the mail, and they could send a card just randomly here during the holiday season, which this is what I am now leaning toward for these cards. Take them to the walkway and stick them on the message boards down there and say, I know, or put something like, I know there's somebody that would really love to hear from you, and just put it down there. And it would be in a plastic bag to protect it from the rain. And I'm going to include the postage stamp and everything. So all they got to do is address it, write their letter. I might go pick up some, or I have enough Bic pens. Stick a Bic pen in there too. And that way they can write their note. Everything will be done except they'll need to know an address. You could put one of these in those libraries, the little libraries. Something like this would be nice for them to find inside a little library. I know that Anne had at one point made some bookmarks that she was going to take to the library. But you know, Anne, if you have one of those little libraries, that would be the perfect place to put the bookmarks. You could get like a used cup at the Goodwill, clean it up, stick your bookmarks in there, and just slide it in one of those little libraries, or a couple of them. And it would be like a little gift here during the holiday season. So give when you can to those less fortunate. And even if it's just a random act of kindness like that, I mean, it'll lift somebody's day. So we've made, when I get these stuck together, this will be 4 cards. And I've got 2 more I want to make. And then I can show you how I'll put them together. If they were a gift for somebody, I would package them all together. But I think I will put a stamp on each of the envelope. I'll stick a Bic pen in with them. And that's what I'm going to do with these. I'm going to type up a note that says something like, I know there's someone that would love to hear from you, and put the stamp on the envelope, put the pen in the bag, and leave it up to them. And then I'm going to take 1 down or 2 down to the walkway, 1 at each end. Actually, I could take 3 down because there's billboards all around there. But I'm thinking more to where I've seen people, that are struggling. Forgot how I had this now. I think it was like here. Hi, Roy. And Roy said it could be a sarcastic thing. What's the matter? Are your hands broke? Oh, gosh. Roy. What are we going to do with you, Roy? Let's see here. That's about as straight as, you know what? I'll put this one down here. Oh, not that one. That one doesn't have any tape on it. Let's try that again. I think I will cut some sentiments and just plop a die cut on them because I'm going to do them individually. I have one more that will need to have a focal image like this. And then I don't have another focal image, but the last card I have these 2 stars. I can use those. And because I want them to have this easy, I will put the sentiments on them, like the hellos. I'll just put hellos on all of these. All right, that I've glued the mat down. I have not put any tape on this stuff. I really wanted to try to do this in under an hour, but I'm at what now? I'm at 44 minutes, unless I can do the last 2 cards in 15 minutes. So maybe it'll be closer to 2 hours to do everything, packaging and everything. But if you think about it, if you do them as the individual cards and you put them where somebody can find them and write a note to somebody and drop it in the mail, it's worth it because you'll touch 6 people's lives. 2 hours to touch 6 people's lives. While you're in your home, you can still do things to help people, even if it's just to lift their spirits. Well, wait a minute, though. These are going to go to someone, right? So that's actually 12 people you'd touch for 2 hours of work. I think that's worth it. Now, if I was giving these as a gift, I might take the time to sew up a little bag with a Velcro or a button closure and put the 6 cards in it, and then, give it as in the bag, or you could make and wrap it so that was like a stationary bag that you could add a pen to. I hadn't thought that far ahead. Hi, Paula. Hi, Janet Nash. Good morning. We're doing up cards, and I've in the meantime of making these cards, I've come up with a plan that I'm going to make the cards. I'm going to put their envelopes with them because these were one of those paper studio card kit things that my sister got me. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to individually wrap these with the card, the envelope, a stamp, a postage stamp on the envelope, and a pen so that I can put them around where people might find them, like in little libraries, on bulletin boards in parks and things like that, where maybe a homeless person might find it. And I'm going to put on it, I know there is truly somebody that would love to hear from you. And then all they got to do is write the note, even if it's just a short note, and pop it in the envelope that's already stamped, put an address on it, and mail it. And I just thought it would be, the more I think about it, the more I want to do that. Hi, Dana. All right, so I've already made 2. I'll show all 6 of them at the end, and we've got 2 more to make. I like to get the plastic bags from Amazon to get those that fold over. But you could use regular Ziploc from the dollar store bags. I mean, you don't have to spend the money and get the special bags. You can use whatever you have. The only reason I'm saying put them in a plastic is because, if you hang these on an outdoor bulletin board or in a little library, sometimes a little moisture might get in there, and you want to protect your work. So there's 2 more cards. I'll flip them around so you can see them. Ta-da! All right, so we got 2 more to do. There's the 2 cards. Make sure I'm getting them so they're pointing in the right direction. I actually have extra mats because, I cut 2 pieces of cardstock. So there's our mats. I have 1 more floral image. I still got some blues here. And then I've got these stars that I could use. Or we can not worry about a focal image on these last 2 and don't worry about the solid papers. We'll just use what we have left with our cutoff pieces. So like we've got this piece of blue, and we could just layer. Look, this one has a paw print on it that I didn't even notice when I was cutting them apart. And just layer these up. And just use all of your scraps. Any way you want to do them. So let's see. I almost feel like I want to pull these 2 out because they're so light and use what we've got here and find maybe this is too light or too green. See, I'm liking, these are kind of dark. I like that one. I like those. That one's too light. All right, these that are really dark, I'm not going to use. All right, so how many pieces do we have here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So let's just lose that one. So now we got 5 to each one. 1, 2. All right, and we'll just use these. And they don't have to overlap to get them all on here. So even a geometric like that would be cool. And then this one, we've got a long piece, a shorter piece. No. It's a bit of playing Tetris here. Here we go. I think I like those. I wish we were close with our neighbors, but we're not as social as a lot of people. So a lot of it's our own fault that we're not. We kind of keep ourselves to ourselves. All right. So that was a random, just divide your scraps up and make geometric shapes of them. I think I'm going to stick these down as I go, because if I pull them all off, I'll forget how I had them, and ain't nobody got time for that. I'll have to see how many pens I have there. And also the envelopes are dark too, so I'm not sure. Maybe I need to put a label on them so that they're, I don't know. What do you guys think? Should I put like an address label, a blank white label on there so that they'll have a white area to put the address? They're so dark. All right, so gift idea for today is make a set of cards. Or if you would like to help somebody reach out to their family, you can wrap them individually and do as I said, and put a postage stamp and a pen in the bag with the card in the envelope. And put them where you know they'll be found. And I would put them like on bulletin boards and things like that, not just randomly set somewhere, because I know like parks and recreations may throw them away if you just randomly put them somewhere. But if you tack them on a message board, I think that would be the best thing to do. I may bring my die cut machine over here. Hi, Carol. And Joyce. Hi, Joyce. Again, you can ink your edges of your scraps. It all depends on how long you want to take to make the cards up. You know, you can go all elaborate and make fewer cards. You could do like 3 cards and put them in an envelope and give them as a gift. Especially if it's like hand drawn or something. A hand drawn card. I know my sister-in-law would love that kind of thing. There are certain people in my life that I know would appreciate the work you put in. And there are those that, from past experience, I know handmade gifts are wasted on them. So I don't give to too many people the handmade stuff anymore. And my idea for Christmas is not to make for individuals, but to make up some items and put them in a dark colored tote with the lid closed. And anybody that's there, hand out pieces of paper with a number on it and do it kind of like one of those gift and ungift things, but let them go by their number, not by their name that they have, and just let them pick something from my box. And that way I don't have to make individual gifts. They will choose their own gift from handmade items. I don't know who all I'll be around this Christmas, but it was an idea that came to me. I also have an adult daycare not far from me. And these are just random, made from scraps, kind of quickly made cards. I'm worried that the envelopes are so dark it would be hard. If I include a black pen, it might not be visible. That's why I'm thinking maybe add a piece of even just sticker paper. Oh, I wonder, can I die cut the sticker paper and make a place? Ooh, let's try that before I sign off. So I have sticker paper and I have fancy things, fancy shapes I can cut out. So there's those. And I think I'll cut some hellos out of this dark navy. So we'll cut some hellos, and I'll get a piece of sticker paper, and we'll cut some other things. But those are the last two, and then here's another two, and then those two. So that's 6 cards, which could be a set, or we'll do the get a message home for this holiday season for those that can't get a hold of writing stuff and put them in places of need. I think that would be an excellent thing to do. Now this next part's going to take me a second because I got to set up the die cut machine real quick. And I need to back out some because we are close. There we go. All right. So let's cut out some hellos. Oh, the cold air coming through these windows. Pretty bad. All right. Is it working? It is. Then I gotta find the hello. This part was not planned well. I'll be on the last sheet. All right, I have hello. I think that would be a good thing to use here. And I could probably cut a couple layers, but then they're hard to get apart. Get my pokey tool, which is so pretty hiding. I like the dies that give you the holes to kind of poke at. And all right. Whoop. See, there's a hello. We'll put hellos on all of these. Let me see if I can cut 2 at a time so we're not here all day. So I got 2 layers. You have a hello die also. I think that's perfect for cards that you don't know who's going to use them. Get them poked out. Don't want to pull too hard or you'll pull part of the letters off. Well, there's one loose. All right, so now I've got 3 cut. My cutting plates have seen better days. That just proves you use it every once in a while, right? Come on. There we go. I need one more hello. Let's see if it'll fit right there. Just got to get them apart from each other. All right, so I have a spare hello. But that's okay. All right, I'm going to put the hello away down here. And then I have these. And I'm thinking that would be a good size to put for an address on the front. And that way, if I cut it out of sticker paper and stick it on there, then they'll have a nice place that black will show up. So let me get some sticker paper now. When I send these dark envelopes myself, I just use white pen. I know the post office doesn't particularly care for it, but if that's what shows up, that's what shows up. I want to cut this a little bit here. We'll see if this will work. Oh, no, come on. You got to stay straight because I want to get as many on here as I can. There you go, Angie. Yep, I do that too. Oh, that's a great idea. I think I'll do it. There we go. So see, I've made these little labels and they'll go on there, and then that way the writing can be seen. The plates have dirt on them, from cutting stuff, and it's coming off a little bit on these pieces. Turn it over so it's on a different size. When you're pulling these two apart, if you're cutting out sticker paper, you just have to be careful. You're pulling the two labels apart and not the backing off the what you want to use as a sticker. And I think I didn't get that good enough to where I can get another one out of it. That's okay. I can stamp something on the leftover pieces there. Put my little dies up. I have these ornaments, also dies that you could make Christmas cards with. Real simple. Like Ian, you were talking about making the button ornaments. If you have a die that does a circle, you could do those just out of your painty papers and have very interesting looking ornaments on your card. Clean as you go, and then you don't have to clean when you're done playing. There we go. Just that. And there's two labels there. Put this back in its spot. We'll unplug it. And we're done cutting. Just like that. You could also include like a separate little sheet of the writing tablet in case they want to write a longer letter. You could just fold it and have it in there. And if they didn't want to use it, they could just cast it into the trash can. But I think just the card would suffice too. So let's put these on the envelopes. Now the trick's going to be, because these are pressed, oh, it's coming up pretty easy. Leave room for the stamp up there. And the only reason I'm doing this is because these envelopes are really dark. They're darker than what's on the camera looking. Don't want to stick it on upside down. Why, good morning, Barb. How was the wedding? Bet it was beautiful. Oh, for crying out loud. The other two went easy. I could just show you on one what my plan is, but I almost tried to stick the backing down. Isn't that silly? Sorry, went quiet while I'm concentrating so hard on labels. I think I actually can cheat with the little hellos because I think I have refill in my little Xron thing. Xyron, actually, is how you say it. All right. Ow! I don't guess they want a piece of cat hair in it. That's the bad thing about getting something from me. If you're worried about cat hair, because it's everywhere. All right. We'll drop our hellos in here and attach them on the cards we just made. Let's turn these so they're facing me. I just got to make sure all the little bits are out, and I think I can get them in. There's one. Make sure it's right side up so you're not seeing something else. Out. All right. That little thing is a lifesaver when it comes to these itty bitty dies like that. At least I think it is. It's either that or try to use one of these quickie glue pens, which they work good, but I have trouble seeing if the glue is actually coming out most of the time. And with this sticker stuff, I don't worry about it as much, but I do try to burnish them down on the front and on the back to make sure all the sticky goo comes off. If it doesn't, the trick is just sprinkle a little baby powder on after you've put your hello down wherever, and then wipe it off, and it seals in all the sticky goo on your card. We were talking about taking a road trip down to Denmark, South Carolina, to the Wee Bake. But now we're thinking maybe we'll just hide out at home this weekend because it's supposed to get really cold. All right. Hi, Janice. Oh, that's so cool, Barb. That's so cool. All right. I put the dog out at like 5:30 this morning, and I couldn't get her to come back in. And I told her, I said, I am not standing out here trying to get you in. If you want to be out in the cold, you can be out in the cold. I just didn't want to go out in the cold myself. Okay. So there's some sticky there. So you get your handy dandy one of two baby powder things, and you sprinkle it on. And then flop it off in the trash. And then dab it with a baby wipe. Don't wipe it, dab it. Dab, dab, dab. There you go. There's one hello. Hello. I don't usually like to touch these with my fingers because then I get sticky all over. But I can pick them up on my pokey tool. Let's put this hello right here. Roll my pokey tool out from under. And there's a hello. Make sure I get my hellos right side up. And I'll just package one of these up just so you can see what my plan is to use these. I just think it would be nice to help somebody reach their family during the holiday season, if they want to. And these were all made from scraps of painty paper. Oh gosh, come loose. I should share some of my son's film photography. He loves to do actual film photography, and he has taken some really amazing shots down at the Amtrak station. The Amtrak train comes in to Columbia in the middle of the night. So him and his friend Mary, they go and they get these really cool pictures. And he's been on a couple forums where he's being approached by people to do things. I told him, I said, you need to take a business class so you understand how to do all the business aspects of it, so you don't get yourself in trouble with Mr. Taxman. But I said, if you really enjoy it and you don't mind turning your hobby into a money-making endeavor, I say go for it. But I don't know. We'll see what he does. But his pictures are pretty cool. I wonder if this hello is going to fit up there. Wait, first make sure that the card's open that way. Did I put that one on upside down? No, that's right side up. You guys are upside down. Okay. Share my idea again. Well, I'm going to put one together here in just a minute. You can, these as a gift, you could give these to somebody that just likes to send cards and just put them in some kind of packaging, whether you make a bag or put them in a box. You could do a handmade box. You could recycle a box. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to wrap these individually, okay, in a plastic bag. And then I'm going to put a postage stamp. Go ahead and put a postage stamp on these. And in the bag, I'm also going to put a Bic pen. And that way, all they got to do is put that name and address and write a note. And they pop it in and they can put it in any around the city. And that way, maybe they'll reach out to their families this holiday season. For anybody, you know, even if it's just one of the USC students that is missing their family, or a homeless person, or, you know, somebody that needs to reach somebody, I'm hoping that this will show up in their lives at the right time and they'll reach out during the holiday season, because we all know that not everybody is having a good time during the holiday season. So I thought this would be a way to help somebody reach out. So let's put some postage stamps on here. And they're forever stamps. So I just want to get my envelopes all right side up so I'm not putting them on the wrong corner. Let's see if I've got stamps. Okay, let's see. Oh, yes, I do. I have American flag stamps. Those will work. And on the bag, I'm going to put, I know there's someone that would love to hear from you. Take a moment and drop a note. Or as Roy said earlier, what's wrong with you? Is your hand broken? But no, I'm not going to put that on there. That's our Roy. Nice timing, Tippy. Excuse the cat digging to China. All right, so there's that. And then I have these bags I get from Amazon, but like I said earlier, you could use a Ziploc bag. You do not have to order special bags to do something like that. Let's see. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Trying to find some that haven't been about used up. Well, this one will do. There's 6 pens. Doggone child cat. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And I'll have to print up my, I'm going to do it on a sticker. I'll do it on sticker paper, and then I can just put it on the plastic bag. So, okay, here's an envelope. Stick a card with it. And we'll put it in here. With a pen. And I'm going to leave room so I can have a place to tack it up in some way. And see, I'll tack it up and put that message maybe to hold the bag closed. And that's my plan, man. Yes, he is. He's very obnoxious, especially in the middle of the night when you're laying there trying to sleep. Tippy! Oh my gosh. It's all good, bud. Good job. Oh, now he's got to run and tell everybody else in the house that he was a good boy. Oh, these cats. I'm telling you. Oh, and I'm supposed to stop at Costco and find out how much glasses would be there because my prescription has changed slightly. So just by taking a little time, you'll reach 6 people that will reach 6 people, which will probably expand to the rest of their family because they'll be surprised that they heard from somebody. So how many lives can you touch with one single act of kindness? You know, doesn't take long. We've been on here an hour and a half. Less than 2 hours of your time could touch and brighten multiple family members' lives with this single act of kindness. And the reason I'm putting the face of the card up and this up, I want them to see that there's a stamp in here that it would be really easy for them to reach out to somebody. Even if it's not a family member, what if it's a teacher that touched them or touched their lives in some positive way or something like that? So that's how this plan developed. This all started because I wanted to share another gift idea, but now it's expanded to something that could be very positive and uplifting for someone. So make some cards from your scraps. Don't let them all just sit there. All right, so there's our 6 cards all ready to be put out into the universe of sorts to reach out to people. Hi, Brenda. All right, guys. So I don't want to keep you any longer. I've already been on here an hour and a half, and I do have errands I need to run, and it's about time I get going on those. All right. And I will probably go ahead and print the stickers out and put them on the backs of the envelopes. I'll have to look around, see if I've got some thumbtacks where I can just tack these in. Bulletin boards. I might put some in some of the little libraries. That's a good place to reach people that are out of having a home. All right. All right, guys, let me run my errands so I can come back and see who's on when I get back. And you all have a wonderful Friday and a great weekend. Bye, guys.